Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. So my name is Amanda if you guys are new here, and I'm a 24-year-old cash budgeter from Texas. Today's video, you guys, is going to be the first cash stuffing for the month of October, and this is quite insane for me. I don't know why, just the fact that it's October, I just feel so good already. Today we have $558 to stuff. We were able to add in $50 additional into this budget when we were doing it all on Tuesday, which if you want to see how we break down our budget for the week, definitely watch Tuesday's video. I'll link it somewhere in the cards. We should also be able to add in an additional $50 to every budget for the month of October, which I do a full explanation of again in Tuesday's video. However, here we should have $558 to stuff, so let's give it a quick count so that we can start cash stuffing. We have $100 and $200, $250, $270, $290, $310, $330, $340, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $400, $410, $420, and $430, $435, $40, $45, $50, $55, $60, $65, $70, $75, $80, $85, $90, $95, and $500. 501, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Sorry about that. Okapi started scratching the chair that I'm sitting in. 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and $58. So our cash tray is correct, 558. I feel like I always count that so perfectly, but whenever I'm doing it for a TikTok, like with the calculator, that's when I struggle, which is crazy. So if you do not have a drink already, get comfortable. Whether you're watching at work, at home, just go ahead and relax with me on this lovely Thursday. I do have some cranberry juice in my resort cup. And then I also have some water in my Stanley, which thank you, Budget with Adri, for this straw topper. It is so cute and so perfect. So if you don't have more than one drink, definitely grab a second one. Okay, we're going to get started with my wallet. This one is from TikTok directly. I have it linked in my TikTok like storefront, if you will, but I do have a similar smaller one linked in my Amazon storefront if you are interested in that. I don't know if we have, actually I'm lying, we do have coins and we have quite a bit of dollar bills too, which is really crazy. I'm excited to see that. So there are our little bit of coins, and then let's get our weekly spending envelopes out. So before we count our dollar bills, let's quickly stuff our wallet. So gas is going to get $15. I did get a bunch of raggedy bills, so hopefully you were able to spend those pretty quickly. And then spending, we'll be getting another $10. I don't have any extra cash to add into the wallet this week, but we should be fine with what we have. Lastly, we're going to grab a $20 bill. This will be for Jordan spending in addition to the $10 that he gets on a Cash App card. We just have that like auto loading. So now let's quickly count up these dollar bills. These will be going into our $1. I guess it's not really a savings challenge, but kind of. It's like a monthly one. We empty it in the monthly closeout. So let's also grab that binder. We're going to be adding in $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and $8 for week 1. This is going to be in the very back of this binder. We're just going to hold it here. As we start adding more dollar bills, we're not going to count the total, but we'll count whatever we're adding. Okay, so we have 8 singles going into this envelope, and we are actually stuffing quite a bit of things into this binder. So let's just start from the beginning. Date night is just going to get 1. This is going to be a pretty light work stuffing for this binder just because we have like no money in here. So $1 into date night, and then this binder also doesn't stay flat. We're adding another $1 into fun money, so that one now has 2. Gas buffer, of course, is going to get another $1, but this one now has a total of 3. Next, we are going to add $1 into groceries. I don't know, again, exactly what this is for. This one also has $3. Like, I know it says groceries, but this isn't, like, our weekly grocery shopping. So maybe at some point it could cover. Next, we have toiletries. So in this one, we're actually going to add in $5. So now we have a total of 15 in this one. Then the last thing we're stuffing in here is yard work, and we are adding in a single $1. I actually have to unstuff what is in here. So I have 15. I'm going to take this out. This has to go to my mom because we just got our yard done, not yesterday, but the day before. But I am going to be adding $1 in here, so it is starting fresh with just that single. Then the last thing, oh, we already did that. Okay, I'm repeating myself. That's going to be all for this binder. The next thing we're going to stuff is going to be our pet care, and I'm just making a mess today, huh? I have a busy day, you guys. Do you feel like this first week of October is just extremely busy for you too, or is that just me? So cats, they're going to be getting $10. I do have to take this to buy some litter, and then they're also running low on cat food. So there is $40 in cats. Next, we have emergency, and this will be getting $5 into it, but we do have to mark that off on this challenge. This is for my Etsy shop if you guys are curious. This is going to help us reach our goal of 600. So once we're done with this, we'll just add in the next challenge and then keep going. Okay, so we're adding in $5. We have 100 and 200 in the bank, 50, 55, and $60 total. So 260 for pet emergency. The next one we're going to be stuffing is pet food. This is going to get $10. So now we have 40 in here as well. This one will likely be used to cover Wanda's food. It is the more expensive one, but I feel like well, it makes sense. Her food lasts a lot longer because it's just her, whereas the cats, there's 3 of them eating out of the same bag. Next, we have preventions. So for this one, we're adding $10, and we're just going to go ahead and mark that off on this challenge from Saturn's Vault. I made each coin worth $5. After we finish these last 2, I think we'll kind of just leave it at that. We're not going to replace the challenge. So we're going to do $10, and that will be it for this envelope. Wanda, she is going to be getting $5. So every month we buy her a new bag of dental treats from Sam's Club. It usually tends to be monthly because I think it comes with like, I don't know, I think it's like 30 treats total, something like that. We break each of them in half, so she gets one half of it in the morning and then one half at night. So the last envelope in the pet section is going to be miscellaneous. Right now we are using this to save up for some cat trees. So we're going to add in $10. But I did say on Tuesday that we're going to be aiming for this $20 space. So since I'm doing little hearts, I'm just going to do half the heart. And then the next time we stuff it, we will finish the other half. So this challenge is from Sassy Peanut Budgets. If you guys are curious about it, I think it's so cute and it'll save us $174. So now there is 25 in here. Okay, and so now we're going to move into our personal expenses. I didn't write stuff in my planner, in my iPad, on my iPad, so I'm having to flip through my planner right now. Everything in this section is going to just get $1. Just for the sake of not being super repetitive, we're not even going to count it. Even though some of these have money, I'm just going to add the dollar and move on. At some point when we stuff just one of these, then I'll go back and count it, or in our monthly closeout, we'll count it then too. Just because there's 7 envelopes here, and to count adding $1 in every time is kind of crazy. So these inserts are available on my Etsy shop if you guys are interested in them. I do have quite a few other patterns, but all of this checkered Disney type, they're all in one listing, and you'll just have to swipe through to see which exact one that you want. Okay, so the last thing in here is going to be school, and we're adding $1 in here as well. Okay, and that's going to be it for this binder. So now we can move on to our sinking funds. Okay, I don't know when I grabbed this. Do we know when I grabbed that? That's kind of weird because I really don't remember grabbing that. So anyway, I did the $1 per envelope thing because when I first started, I told myself I didn't want anything to just not get any money. Now that's not possible because I have so many envelopes. That's a lot to make sure everything gets at least $1. However, if you do have 1 or 2 binders, it's really, to me, beneficial to add at least $1 in every envelope. That way it's still making some slow growth and you'll end up with some money in there that you weren't expecting. So the first thing in here we're stuffing is actually going to be car maintenance, and we're going to add in $5. I kind of want to switch this out for the Cars themed dashboard that I have, or insert, but I do really like that ride at Disney, which is why I have it here. If you know, you know. Next, we are going to stuff Disney pins, and I am using a new challenge from my Etsy shop. So this challenge is new, and so is this insert. This is available in A5 and A6. We are going to be adding in $4 today. Okay, so we're going to add in $4 and then get started on this challenge. So that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I did say on Tuesday that once we complete this challenge, I'm not worried about adding in another one because this should be a pretty good amount for pins. It was when we last went. After Disney pins, we're going to be adding $14 into Disney Trip, and then we do have to scratch off the next space. So I'm using a challenge from Bookish Mama Budgets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but we are doubling it so that we can get more money out of the same challenge. So now so far towards our Disney spending money, we have 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and $50 already. We just went in September. We already booked our trip for next year. It is currently booked for September of next year as well, but we'll see if we're going to leave it there or kind of move it around. September of this year was super, super hot, which I expected, but I don't know if we can afford to move it up all the way to the winter. So if anything, we may have to push it back until like November, December time. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our next space. We will scratch this one down here. We're just going to partially scratch it to reveal the number. Okay, it's a 1. We definitely have to go again. So $1, that would be a total of 2. So let's see what this is. It's a $6, so that makes it 7 times 2 would be 14 again. So we will stop there, and that's what we're going to stuff next week. So that's going to actually be it for this binder. So the next binder we're going to go into will be our business expenses. So on Tuesday, I did also move Canva Pro into this one. I had it with my annuals because I would like to pay Canva Pro annually, but I decided to just put it in here because it is a business expense. So this dashboard or insert, I'm going to retheme to match this one just so it matches the whole binder because it needs to if it's going to be here. So Canva Pro is going to get $5 today. So there is a total of 15 in here. Next, after that, we have Etsy taxes. Today we're going to be adding in $206. So we have these 2, and then we need a 5 and a 1. Okay, this is not supposed to be in the front. It's supposed to be right here. Okay, I think I have it right now. We have $500, $800, $900 in the bank, $100, $200, $210, $215, $16, $17, $18, and $19. What is that? This is $1,119 already. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, well, yeah, that's what's in Etsy taxes. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. I feel like when I just went to the bank well, actually, I just did a cash condensing, so I think I'm just not remembering correctly, but okay. Next is going to be giveaways. We're going to add $2 into this one. So we have 20, 31, and 32. Next will be Happy Mail. And in here, we're going to add $2 as well. So now there is a total of 7. I'll probably use this to buy some global stamps in store, depending on how much they are online. Next will be HP Instant Ink. We're going to add $8 in this one. So I think this is fully funding it, $5, $6, $7, and $8. So this one does have to get redeposited. I pay this monthly, but the Ko-fi one is the one that I get to keep. So we have 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, and 32. So yes, this is fully funded. After that, we have my Ko-fi memberships, and we're adding in $9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It is currently empty, so that is going to be all it has in here. And then moving on to P.O. Box, we're going to add $5. So now we have a total of 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, and 90. We're almost to 100 in here, which is awesome. Lastly, we have supplies, and we're just going to add $1 into this one. So we have $1, $2, $3, and $4. And that, you guys, concludes our business section. I'm wondering if I even want to turn this into a Rapunzel insert, or if I should try doing a different princess in a vellum cash envelope, because I get a lot of questions about that. But I don't like to make like inserts or envelopes unless it's something I can replace in my own binders. Otherwise, I feel like it's just a waste to make the product for a listing photo. Therefore, if you guys ever have any ideas, do message me for a custom order, but I do just take those via Instagram. Before we do our savings challenges, we are going to jump to our baby binder, and we're going to start with my section first, and then we will do baby section. So let's go ahead and see what we're stuffing in here. So it looks like we're going to be doing our normal $10 in the same breakdown as always. So we're going to add $1 into medical. They should now have 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and $10. That'll be a very satisfying cash condensing if I don't do it before the end of the month. You guys know the drill. Everything else that's getting $1 will also have 10 because they all have the same amount. So let's just add 1 into clothing. So maternity leave, as always, it's getting its $5. In my monthly closeout, this was where I messed up. It was supposed to have 25 and not 30. I decided to just leave it and not fix it because it was just a $5 like mess up, and I could afford that thankfully at the moment. So we have 20, 30, and $35 now in maternity leave. Then the last 2 envelopes, which are supplements and miscellaneous, will each just get $1. All right, so now we can go back up to our baby section and then actually stuff these envelopes. So this section is going to get $12 today. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and $12. None of my ones were like very nice this week. So I did what I can and tried to put the good ones in the back. Let's find our paper clip. So last time I added $3 into medical and then $2 into everything else. So we're just going to continue that pattern if I can remember. Now, if we end up with like if there's any point where we end up with $1 and we're not able to put the full 2 or the full 3, I'm just going to move on to the next ones anyway instead of trying to keep track of how much we need to give it. So we are going to be starting here at furniture, and again, it's going to get $2 instead of $1. So I know that'll slow down how far we're able to make it, but it'll beef up these envelopes a little faster, which I think is awesome. So I think the payoff will be worth it. Next is going to be childcare. Also, if you missed last week's video, we did switch out parties for a different category. So that is now toys and books, and we did move it up as well, I think, but it might be further this way. No, I think we're going to pass it. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay. So our last $2 actually are going to be going into toys and books, which means our paperclip is going to stick here with back to school, and that's where we're going to start next time. But let's grab our new savings challenge. So it's not an otter themed one because I had this really cute Halloween one from Weekly Budgets Go, and I wanted to make sure that we used it. So it is going to save us $25. You guys know we do double our spaces, so we'll see how many we're able to scratch and double and still be able to afford comfortably. I do have several Halloween challenges, so if we get through this one pretty quick, we have another one that we can do. But yeah, I really wanted to use these and kind of pause on the otter challenges so that once we're out of the Halloween season, then I can bring those back. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this first one here, see what it is, and see if we're going to risk the next space. All right, so it's a 5, which is already going to be $10. I kind of want to stop there, but then I feel like the rest have to be low. Oh my gosh, okay, hold on. Let's try the next one. And we got a 3, so that's going to be $8 for a total of $16. Yeah, we can do that. That's a good number. So again, if you guys missed it, this is from Veronica over at Weekly Budgets Co. She has super cute stuff on her Etsy, on her Ko-fi shop. So definitely check her out. She has memberships as well. She's so great. Honestly, her stuff is so beautiful. That is going to conclude our baby binder for today. So now let's dive into our savings challenges. All right, so the first thing that we're going to be doing here is monthly. I did switch out the envelope because it was starting to rip on me. We're going to do $25. This is also going to get finished a week early because there are 5 paydays for Jordan and I in the month of October. I'm actually really excited about that because on the 5th week, it's going to feel like we have even more extra money since we're not having to fund our monthly challenge. So it's going to be $25, and that is all that it has right now. After monthly, the next thing we're going to be doing is Roth IRA. You guys are adding $10 in here, which will get us over our $100, which means it's going to be deposited and split between mine and Jordan's Roths. I did get this question on Tuesday. We do have our Roth IRA accounts with SoFi, and then we do the robo investing because we don't trust ourselves to manage it alone. I have had family members who have had nothing but success with the robo Roth IRAs through SoFi, even traditional IRAs. So we trusted them. We trust their experience with it, and we haven't had any problems. It's really easy to get money in there. So in Roth IRA, we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 101, 2, 3, and 104. So I'm going to take this out. Again, it's going to go to the bank. We're going to add in a placeholder, though, so that we can keep track of how much money we have in our IRAs. But again, keep in mind it's going to be split. So the $100 bill does not mean that I have 100. It means Jordan has 50 and I have 50. All right, so here's that $100 placeholder. The sun is peeking in. I love it. Okay, so $104. I wish the sun was like that the entire time, though, going into Roth IRA. Next, we're going to stuff debt, which is back here, and we're going to be adding in $8. So I think we're going to just try to get the most spaces out of that. So we're going to do 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which leaves us with the 6, 4, and 10. All right, so now let's add in that $8. So we have 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now let's save with the seasons. For debt, we have 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, and $32. This is available on my Etsy shop if you guys are interested in it. It comes with the envelope, the dashboard, 2 IOU cards, and then your 4 season sections. It is a roll the dice game, so all of the blank squares are what you'll roll the dice to fill in. So you can make it extremely high if you want to use like a D20, or you can make it low and use like a D4. So now we're going to do our 100 envelope challenge. This insert is also from my Etsy shop. A lot of my stuff is, you guys. This is like my one video where I'm able to really use a lot of my own things. So yeah, we got all the money out. We are currently working on section 2 of the 100 envelope challenge, and today we're going to be doing $88. All right, so we have 50, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, and $88. How much is left? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yes, this is correct. We do still have to do our Disney binder, so that is what's remaining here. Okay, so now let's give our 100 envelope challenge a count. If you guys are new here, this money is funding our down payment savings. It's not the only thing that is funding it, but this is like a good chunk of being able to stay on routine, I guess. So in here, we now have 1,000, 500, 600, 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, $901. Hold on, we have 1,000, 5, 600, 50, 70, 80, 90. Where did I get $900 from? So 1,000, 500, $600, 650, 670, 680, 690, 695, 96, 97, 98, 99, 701. $1,701. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting delusional over here. That is going to be it for our 100 envelope challenge. And then the last thing that we have to do again is our Disney binder, which why am I saying again so many times in a row? So this is our Disney binder. It was sent to me from Jessie's Disney Deals. Love her so much. Thank you for this. I'm literally so obsessed with it. Today we're going to be adding in a total of $32, which was these two numbers added together and doubled. So in here we're going to be adding 20, 31, and 32. So I did quickly condense this envelope, I think like yesterday or maybe this morning. Nothing too crazy though. I just swapped out the last 10s. So now in here we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 91, and $92. Y'all, we're almost to 100 in here, which is crazy. So the plan for this money is I want to pay the resort out of pocket like normal, like a bill the way I normally would. Once we complete this challenge, we're going to apply whatever we can to the resort to either finish that off or get a good chunk of it over with. If there's anything left over in this savings challenge, we will roll that into our Disney trip spending money. So let's scratch the next two spaces. We're going to just do 2 every single week. I know we're going to end up ahead of ourselves, but I just want to make sure that we get this done in an adequate amount of time instead of going on our trip and then still having some left to do. So let's reveal what these numbers are going to be. They can either be really high or really low. Okay, we got a 7, so that's already $14. So let's see what this next one is. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a big week. 14 plus 24. What is that? That's a lot of money. That's what that is. It's like $40, right? Okay, let's see. We have $12 plus 7. That's 19 times 2. We're going to stuff $38 next week. So it's a lot closer to 40, but it's not too far from what we have been doing. So just like that, you guys, that concludes today's cash stuffing. I will take that money to the bank immediately and make sure that we deposit that into our Roth IRAs. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe down below if you guys have not already. Make sure to hit that post notification bell so you never miss an upload. I love you guys all, and I'll see you tomorrow for a Freebie Friday. Bye.